guys, it's Nay and I am back with a layout video, believe it or not. Today I am using the Tsk and I am doing a layout and trying my hardest to do mixed media slash put paint on paper without any gesso or anything to protect the paper and make it warp really badly. And as you will see through this video, I do 3 different backgrounds, all very similar, and finally decide on one that will work and I'm happy with. I am super OCD about things and try to make everything as perfect as possible. Can't leave it be. And so, yeah. The first option was I made this one on some white cardstock and cut out some of this wood grain gold chevron paper as a mat on the layout. I really liked it. But it just didn't work in the end. I just decided to go with a clean white piece of cardstock with no matte edge around it in the end. As you can see, I gave up on that first piece of paper. It just didn't look right, and so I made another sheet of white cardstock, cut it down to size, stuck it on, and then decided to do the painting on top. This photo is actually of my girls and I. As weird as that sounds, it's my bridesmaids and flower girl at my wedding, and I decided not to use it in the end. I changed something else. But here I actually did a little fun technique to try and get some different colour, different tone, I guess, in my inks. So I used Distress inks in Picked Raspberry. And then I got out my white Heidi Swapp Colour Shine and mixed it in with it to give it that more sort of, I don't know, what do you call it, a lighter tone. That'll do. And it just mixed in and it just gave a little bit of dimension, a little difference. But as you can see, yeah, no gesso, and I warped the page yet again. So annoying. I don't know what it is with 4x6 photos. I don't like how they sit on an 8.5 by 11 layout. It just doesn't sit well with me at all. And then, surprise, surprise, I try my hand at some layering. Yeah. I'm not good at layering either. I am really lost with here I am looking at Pinterest, trying to get some inspiration for what I should do. But nothing grabs me. But I think I tried to find how Sophie layers or something like that. I can't remember what I was doing, but I really didn't find much at all. Just took some inspiration from, yeah, it was Sophie. There you go. And then I was looking at Adele and having a little bit of a squeeze at what she does. If you want to get onto the Scrappery Pinterest account, all of our layouts and photos and process videos are all on there for you to access, all in one easy, convenient space. We don't have a blog anymore. We use Pinterest and Instagram and YouTube. So, yeah. So now I decided to get out the Jen Hadfield stencil. I think this was from a previous kit, but I've been dying to use it and I've been wanting to use it and just haven't done any layouts since the wedding. So here we go. I actually really like this stencil. I really like the broad shapes. It's not a fine stencil and it covers a larger area. It's a 12 by 12 stencil, so you don't have to repeat the stencil over and over again. The little stenciled parts in between the shapes is very fine, so you have to be careful not to pull on that when you're putting down your texture paste. But it ends up working well for me. But like I said, this is the second attempt at the background. There is another attempt that I just get so annoyed with. I do it off screen and you don't see it, but at least with this you get an idea of how I applied the texture paste. I literally just scraped it on there. I was like, let it be, let it be. I didn't care if it didn't fill up all of the shape on some sections, and I left it quite chunky in some areas. I really like how it turns out. When it dries, it's not as yeah, full. I don't know. I'm not a mixed media artist. I don't know the terminology for this, guys. Oh my goodness. And now I have a cat crying in the background. Come on, Min. Come up here. Come on. Quick. No, now you're going to be quiet. Okay. So there I am applying a little bit to the top corner because I thought that would work nicely. And then, yes, now you're here. Thank you. Come and sit with Mum. And yeah, I don't go with this background. I decide I don't like it because, yeah. So I make another one. And I end up taping it down to my white cardboard backdrop that I use for videos, and it ended up holding out quite well. It didn't warp as much as the others did when I didn't have it attached to anything. So now I'm just playing around with the embellishments. I've decided how I like it. I'm going to go forward with it, and then I think I change my mind again and change the photo. I really want to play with those white flowers on the layouts. I think they're beautiful as they are. I choose not to alter them in any way, but now I'm just playing around with layers and trying to find something that will work layering wise. Nothing works for me in my head, so I change photos. This is a selfie of my sister and I in the limo on the way to my wedding, and it's not the best quality photo. The colouring is out, but I don't really care. It's the memory of it all. I love, like, for the girls that were in the back of the car, Kayla and A was there with us. This was one of the best times I'd had with my sister, in all honesty. We're close, but we're not that close. I'm the nerdy sister that's not cool, and she's the cool, hip, trendy sister. And so our relationship, we spend a lot of time bickering and fighting. But this was one moment where I sort of really, we gelled, and it was a fun, exciting, happy time, and we just loved it. So popping in a few doilies and some vellum with the newsprint. I think it's from the Maggie Holmes Open Book Collection. It's from an older kit, but I had it sitting around and I like the way vellum looks, and we didn't have any vellum in the kit. So I just added some in there. And now I come out with the embellishments. Maybe. We'll see. Here we go. So I tried to fussy cut out one of those flowers from the Heidi Swap paper, and it was just a fail. Absolute fail. I don't like how my fussy cuts turn out. I don't know how you guys do it, but it just didn't work for me. So now I decided to double matte my photo on the same piece of paper that I had originally matted on, but the more intense colour side. So it looks like it's two different coloured papers, but it's, in all honesty, the same piece of paper. I've just changed the direction of the stripe and the intensity of the colour. So I really liked how that turned out. It's a good way to, sort of trick your eye into using up your stash, I suppose you could say. So here I am playing with some of that beautiful Heidi Swap lace. This, ladies and gentlemen, was the one thing that I said to Kayla and I we had to have in kits. It's something you don't see a lot in stores. People just choose not to stock it. But it's just beautiful lace. I loved it. And I'm so glad that we put it in the kit because everyone has been loving using the lace in their layouts. We try to incorporate as many interesting new products, not traditional, that we can. Try and change it up a little bit, like with these flowers. They're very big and bulky, but they're beautiful. I love them. And the paper clips, that's another thing from last month's kits. And now I'm playing with the Citrus Bliss puffy stickers and the Wanderlust by Teresa Collin chipboard shapes. I put on a few of those puffy stickers. I didn't like how they looked, so they end up going. And I just end up choosing to play with the sequins and the foam stickers and the chipboard shapes. And I just, throw them on the page, mix it up. I put a scattering of different bits and pieces behind and over the background and behind the vellum, so you can see it behind the vellum a little bit. I try a few different bits and pieces. I love these die cut leaves that Kayla Renee did, but look at the one on the right hand side. It looks like I have elf ears. So that actually ends up moving, I do believe. But I love white on white at the moment and the play on textures. So I'm still messing around with the embellishments, trying to figure out what I can put on here to fill out the layout. I love white space, but for some reason I feel I need to cover that white space in embellishments and bits and pieces. So yeah, that leaf did move from my ear, my elf ear. And I end up doing a little cluster up on the top of the layout. And then I did something a little bit interesting with my title. It's supposed to say hello baby, but I didn't like how the hello sat above the baby, so I ended up putting it below but layering it over the top, so you still get that look to it. I mean, it says baby hello, but I like how it looks stylistically. I think it looks fine. Literally it doesn't read very well, but oh well. So I'm playing around with the cluster at the top of the layout. I don't know exactly what I want to do with it, but I do really love that Teresa Collins Wonderlost chipboard tag thing. I like how it sits up there with that little sneak of a doily and a few staples, so I know that definitely is going to go there. I'm not sure what else I want to put up there as yet, so then I come down and start working on the other, like the main section of the layout, I suppose you could say. I grab one of the gold foiled labels from the Teresa Collins Wonderlust sticker sheet and pop that in underneath. I really like having labels to do journaling, but I find that when I do use labels for journaling, it doesn't look right. But for some reason, I think I need labels to do journaling and I can't just journal straight onto the layout. Throwing on a few black ink splatters there with the Heidi Swap Colour Shine, and then I come in with my Clean Slate, I think it is, Colour Theory, my Colour Theory ink pad, and do the date in a few random areas on the layout as well, just to fill in the sections a bit. So I didn't like how that little gap on the label was underneath the hello, so I decided to throw in a few sequins, layer them up even over the top of the sticker to give it a little bit more dimension and just fill in that gap so it just didn't look so forgotten about. Last but not least, I throw in a few of my Kaiser Craft pearls and rhinestones. Of course, everyone knows that is like my signature thing now. I just throw it on every single layout just to finish it off for me. I feel better once I have Kaiser Craft rhinestones and pearls on there. And that is the final layout, guys. All done, all finished. I hope you enjoyed this process video. I am trying to venture into the 8.5 by 11 layout. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. If you want to go and check out the kits, head on over to the scrapperykitclub.com. We do have new kits coming out very shortly, and we may even have some left over for one-off sales. That's a little sneak peek that I'm just adding in there. Don't tell anyone I told you. But yeah, they'll be out very soon, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave your comments below and I will get back to you very shortly with another process video. Love you all. Bye-bye.